we had a great start. I think it was 20-8. Really had them. I thought we had control of the game, even with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. With about 3 minutes to go, I thought we relaxed a little bit, and that's a point in time where you can't have happen. We're up 12. We come out of actually the 5-minute timeout right before halftime, get a steal right away, go down for a layup, and that's the point where you really got to put the pedal down. And we learned that the hard way. We let them back in the game, and then 5-point lead, and then it's flip-flopped, and they were up 5. We had a couple different opportunities down the stretch, and had the ball with 4 seconds left on a sideline out of bounds with a chance to tie it and put it into overtime. But unfortunately, we got the shot blocked. It could have been a decent look, but unfortunately, their athleticism just came through, and we weren't able to get it. So a couple things we just have to make sure that we're shoring up is we can't have those 2-minute lapses. It's happened to us twice already this year, and I think we're ready to learn from it. Brenna, Morgan, and Kelly were productive. What we're going to try to work on as a whole is having them be a little more consistent. Looking at them and their play from the first half to the second half has to become a little more consistent. We were shooting those three particularly were shooting the ball really well in the first half, and then down the stretch, and even as a team, I think we're 3 for 17 maybe in the fourth quarter, and that has to be something that we have to be just as strong in the first half or in the second half as we are in the first half, and those three know that they have to work on that, and then us as a team, we just have to be better at finishing and closing out, especially in that fourth quarter. I think Walsh particularly focused on the post play. That was what they took away, and we let them take it away. They were fronting, they were face guarding, they were doubling, they were tripling inside, and we weren't giving the ball to our post player. She's 0 for 0. And when she got the ball, she went to the free throw line once. We did turn it over 2 times early, trying to get it to her, and I think that made us a little bit gun shy. We talk about valuing possessions a lot, and so our guards, I think, got a little, like I said, a little gun shy. So they were for a little bit afraid to pass it in, but we have to be able to use her, even if she can't shoot, if she draws 2 or 3 people, it's going to open up the perimeter. So that's what they were taking away, and that's why Brenna, Kelly, and Morgan can be so successful, especially early on. Yeah, you absolutely can't, and we're looking at who's beat who, and Lake Erie beats a team that has beaten Northern Michigan, and Northern Michigan beat Walsh by 14 or whatever it was. So, it kind of plays, it can happen anytime, and you have to be careful and you have to be ready. They have 2 phenomenal players that the team looks to in every situation. They're playing in a 2-point game with Wayne State University, and that's a really good team. So, record or not, they are a team that can beat other people, especially with the talent they have, especially in the post player and the guard that they have. So we have to make sure that we're ready. The girl, Gabor, is the leading scorer in the league right now as well. So we have to make sure that we're ready for that. And then Ohio Dominican's a little bit different in the sense that they have 5 players that share the ball really well. Their post play is really, really good. The offense that they run, the high-low, getting in inside and getting layups or inside-out game is really, really strong. So we have a big challenge in front of us, and that's okay. I don't think Thursday could come fast enough for any of us that went through Saturday. So we are really looking forward to this trip and really playing again. I could see that happening with both teams, actually. Yeah, and I'm hoping that with the few days of practice that we've had and the emphasis that we're putting on our own individual post play and getting the ball inside, I'm hoping that we'll be better. I hope they do. I hope they do, so that we can prove to ourselves that we can be better with it. I think what we went through on our first big road trip to Southern Indiana, feeling bus legs on the first day, and then having to come back and not wanting to get on the bus 0-2. I think we learned a lot from that. I think they understand that you don't get a day to be tired. You got to figure it out. And we're trying, both of our staffs, basketball is trying to make it as easy as we can on the players for stopping early, sleeping through the night, hopefully at a hotel, getting back on the bus in the morning. So we have to be able to use that and frankly get over it, because it's part of what we have to do. And it is these two games are very, very important, as every game is going to be this year. Absolutely defending. I mean, absolutely defending and rebounding. We have been talking about rebounding from before the season even started, and recognizing that we had lost 65% of our rebounding from last year and how we needed to do it by committee. And that is something that we are keeping an emphasis on, that we have to be better at, and we got to keep teams under less than their average, and their top players less than their averages.